right, so we're gonna do an in-depth, but a different in-depth view of the new NuxTrident. And this is gonna be a little bit different than a video you've ever seen on it or any kind of board. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna A-B the Trident, but not against another pedal board. We're gonna use a Mark Tremonti head into a Marshall JCM 900 cab and going into a Soundcraft board and QSE speakers. So again, you have to consider it's a high-end board, high-end speaker. So you might not be able to, depending on your preamp outs, there's a lot of tone factors that can be involved. So yeah, everything that I've done is EQ to the specs in here with that stuff. So first we're gonna do, what do we got? We'll go through the PA. And just remember, and we're gonna also do a couple different humbuckers. We're gonna do EMGs and some humbuckers, just so you can hear the difference, because there is a tonal difference. So now I get some feedback because it is loud. So that is through the board, and what we can do is we pop the mute on, take the cab off, that's simple, and now run through the head. For me, going through the head sounds incredible. So again, I did get a good tone, but I had to create my own patch and EQ the patch according to the PA and the cab. And I'll turn this down a little bit because that was way louder than that. Now let's see, sound wise, cab off, on. I don't know how we say off. You get more of a studio sound through the PA. And again, granted on the quality of your speakers and your board and your preamps out and all that. But I prefer the amp. It's real beefy, you get that air push, sounds great. So, to give you guys an idea of some different pickup sounds. So these are Gibson's standard pickups. Now, not all Gibsons are created equal. So I'll pull out this is my custom. It's out of tune. Get out of there. So we'll do the custom studio. And let you hear that. Close enough. So that's, you could tell already, that pickup sounds hotter to me than this one. This is more defined and a lot more cleaner sounding. This is a Seymour Duncan, that's Gibson's pickup. So not all humbuckers are created equal. They are, but they sound different. what we're doing here. That's a Duncan, and that sounds better than the Gibson pickups for sure to me. So those sound totally different, and they're both Gibsons. So now let's take a Kiesel. This is a Kiesel Aries custom shop from Kiesel. And where are we at? Cab off, so it's this one. This pickup is a lot cleaner and less bass response. Again, different pickups are wired different, like the ohms and the resistance and the outputs. So you have to remember that when you get into stuff like this. Even if you're just playing through a head, not all guitars, your guitars are gonna, well, some of them sound crap and the other ones sound good through that. Yeah, they're it's So for me, the Duncan sounds good, but the Kiesel is very everything's separated. It's got good separation. It's a very clean, not quite as hot pickup. So now we can take, let's take an EMG. So these are EMG 8185s and an ESP 1000. Very bright and thick on the higher end part of the string. Tighter on the lower strings. So to give you an idea, if you have a guitar with active or pickups, now here it is through the cab. Sounds way different between the cab and the board. So this kind of pickup setup is going to sound totally different. But the cool thing is, once you mic that, it's going to go through. So basically what is happening is that you take the preamp of the amp off, so you're only using the preamp of the Trident or a Fractal or a Line 6. But when you go into a board, there's another EQ. So you're basically EQing it twice. So that's why I always tell people, I don't care if you're a tube guy, it's never gonna sound like that through a PA. It's got another EQ. The sound guy can ruin your sound, or he can make you sound like $1 million. It all depends how much you pay him. Or if he's part of the opening band. All right, so we're gonna go back. This is a PRS McCarty with humbuckers. Way more bass. And not as clean. Wait, I lied. I didn't have to pick up selector. Still bassy. A little more bassy, but very clean. So now you can see. Let me do one more because it's got a hot pickup in it. Let's do a DiMarzio X2N. But wait, let's turn this off so you can hear it through the board before we get carried away. I won't do too many more. See, because it's a little more bassy, it's getting a hollowed out sound with the reverb. So what you would have to do is take the EQ off some of the bass off. Let's see if we can get rid of that. Let's see. Let's see. Then we'll go over here. What I'm gonna do is roll. See, now the hollowness is gone. Getting like that hollow sound with the reverb because it's more bassy. So that's something going on. But as you see, I just added a little more noise gate to get from creating that noise. And now, let's see. I see someone is calling me. Let's do a hot guitar. I don't play this much. This is a signature sung by Georgia Lynch. I changed the pickup on it. So let's see. Again, a lot tighter sounding. Get the cab off. Let's get out of there. Cab off. Did I mute that? Yes. Sounds good. So that's some of that. Now, just so you get an idea, and this isn't going to be a short video, by the way, because now you get an idea of different style humbuckers. You had a DiMarzio XTN, you had a Gibson pickup, what else? You had a Duncan Custom, you had the Aries. Does that look right? No. Probably not a good idea to do that, but we'll fix that in a minute. So let's get something else. What we're gonna do is go to a different sound for everybody. So let me find another patch. Let's see. Ambient clean. So let's take the cab off. Ambient clean. So that's an ambient clean. Let me see what else is in here. Crunch, lead, crunch, lead. Oh wait. JCM lead. Degent. Ambient clean. Lead. Find something else like it. This has a crunch. Let's see what the crunch sounds like for some blues guys. Take the boost off there. So let's put this on. Let's take off that. There you go. So it has a good sound. Now, for you guys who want to hear the Trident through the PA, we put the cab back on and unmute it off the So it sounds okay. Let's put the cab on. Let's see, back. Let me find a regular clean. MK clean. Just a reverb. And of course. So there basically is a crunch tone for the blues guys and stuff with the cab going through the PA and going through the speaker. Now, like I said, I didn't know about the master volume, but I kind of like it on the back now that I've messed with it a little bit. It's hard to hit or bump. I do like that feature. I don't know if it's pushing. We can push it in and try it. I think it might push in. Let's see. No. Some have those locking ones where they stick out and you push it in and it locks it. That's not the case. And let me try, just to be fair, take the cap off that one. And just do the clean with the chorus through here with the reverb. great. So it is got, the sounds in this are remarkable. That 4K thing that they're doing, this sounds better, way better than the Line 6. I don't like the Line 6. Again, I had a pod go. I don't like the compression they use across the strings on the amp blocks. Kind of like the Boss GX100. They have, it goes from 20K to like, I forgot what they limited it, 12K. If you do a squeal or you bend high, that frequency is a lot higher than 12K. So they didn't keep that in mind. Well, pick squeals and all this, and so Boss failed with that. It's a decent board, but you know, I don't like I rather take off. It's easier to take off than to add. So the only thing that I don't like, and you have to probably go into editor, is the delay setting. When you go onto the delay block, you have to maybe change the delay pedal. I don't know, I don't have the software, I didn't download it, but the actual block has only one delay pedal in there, where the reverb I think has two, so it gives you a little more options on like maybe a digital or analog reverb, which that would be nice, digital analog delay, you know. So NuX has this. It's called a time core. This has 7 or 8. All they had to do is add an extra rotary button onto the front of the thing. You could add reverse delay, tape, digital, analog, ping pong, pan, or with a mod. That would have been really cool. Do I use delays a lot? But then again, like someone pointed out, because I only had the pedal a couple days, but when I did the first one, I only had it for a couple hours. You can go in, probably do everything in the software, set everything the way you want it, and then you have your amp controls, which I like. It's like the Fractal. The GP200. Now, the thing about it is, the GP200 valve tone is made by Hotone, which no one talks about. Hotone makes them Pyro. The NuX is completely different, and their company makes really good stuff. And I didn't think it would be as expensive as it was. Before $99 for that 4K definition with the amp models. Their amp models the amps are as good as Fractal, as good as Kemper. They're equal, no doubt about it. Where does it fall short? The effects. You have a lot more parameters and control through a Fractal with the editing, and they have world-class software that went in there, the kind they use in studios, big studios. That's where the difference is. So, and again, this is just to compare the amp sounds with the PA sounds, the different humbuckers, which nobody's done, or they'll A/B it against another pedal board. This is what I'm gonna say. All pedal boards can sound good to whoever buys it and fiddles with it. There are certain pedal boards for me that don't give me the options I need. So like, could I bring this or use it in my studio or bring it on a gig? Absolutely. Can I bring the valve tone? Yes, absolutely. Can I bring a pod go? Absolutely not. It's just my opinion, and believe me, I don't hate Line 6. I have some of their products. You know, I use their relays. The wireless systems are phenomenal. I have 2 different wireless, the G30 and whatever the new one is, the G10ST, whatever it is. So that's right there, whatever it says. But that's the same with for these guys come out and tell you, don't waste your money, don't buy this. Listen, this is just an opinion. And again, The Guitar Geek is the name of that show. So again, I'm a consumer. My opinion on this, it's a good product. Is it great? I don't know yet, but I do like some of the things that I didn't think I would like. And again, someone pointed out, you could do all your presets and save them and then just tweak them as you go. Has a lot of options on the out. It's a good small compact pedal. It's built solid. There's not a whole lot to say about it except it's good. The amp sounds in there are phenomenal. Playing it through my amp, it sounds just as good as my Fractal. So that being said, would I recommend this? It depends who you are, what kind of tones you're looking for, and what is your budget. Not everybody can afford $500 run out and buy a pedal board. Again, I got mine for $225, which was a steal. And for everybody out there, I did buy it off eBay, and it was a display. I got mine for cheap, but I had to wake up at like 3 in the morning and do my bidding. So again, you know, if you want a deal, you gotta pay the price. Again, I thought I had a George Lynch. I did have a George Lynch pedal, but I forgot. I got this one, which is the Steve Vai Bad Horsey, but it's the mini. See my hand? This fit in my pedal case better than the George Lynch wah. I like the George Lynch Morley better, but this was a contour wah, and I liked the size of it, and it fit in my thing really well. And I do like the Lynch wah the best, the Dragon wah. But this is a great pedal, and I like these because on, off, on, off. It engages when the moment you push down, it disengages when your foot comes all the way off. So there's no pushing and clicking stuff on and off. Morley makes a great superior wah to anybody. That's just my opinion too. Again, I'm not saying run out and buy this stuff. It's a matter, I mean, if you can afford it, go run out and buy these guitars. You know, they're all great guitars. Like, is one better than the other? No, they all different things, different features. It's like what I was saying before. You might like Ford, but that doesn't mean it's better than Chevy. It's just personal preference. That's again why all these YouTubers that are getting gear are having to negotiate contracts, and I don't have to because I buy it outright. And that's a big, big, big difference, because I can say whatever I want on my channel. It's a non-biased opinion. We don't know what happens behind the scenes after, you know, the guitar geek. You know, he likes the new NuxTrident. Greatest thing since sliced bread. Nah, Fractal's been out since sliced bread. They created the bread, you know, but actually Digitech did. But the point is, everybody jumps on the bandwagon. They did it with Tone-X. They did it, Tone-X, the game changer. Then the new Trident, the cheapest amp modeler for the money that sounds incredible. No, Hotone came out with the Amperos version 2 and the GP Valtone. Valtone, however you say it. There's other things out there that are, you know, the Valtone you can get on eBay for, I think, $279 for a new unit. These are $499. Do these sound better? Absolutely. But navigation on the GP200 Valtone is way more easy and a lot simpler. It's a better design, for sure. But the sound of this is better than the Valtone. It's a little more money, so I can understand you're paying more money for the tone. Quality sound is quality sound. I mean, you know, do I have a guitar in here under $1,000? I even like the LTD. I got that for $500 and then put stuff on there. I don't have a guitar for under $1,000 in here. So again, it's whatever you can afford and what sounds good to you on your budget. You know, I know things are going to sound better with more money, but not all the time. You can have the exact same ingredients, one pizza maker and the other, the same exact dough, the same sauce, the same everything. But once you put it together, based on what they know, it's like EQing a pedal board. You're only gonna get what out of it, what you put into it. And it's like guitar playing. If you don't practice the hours and do the scales to know where everything is, you're not gonna play like Paul Gilbert. You're not. And no matter how good you get, you may not play like him. It just depends on you. So, you know, and tone is something that I'm more concentrated on out of anything in the studio, and that became apparent to me at a young age, because I started writing albums and stuff at a young age, and that was all about sound, not how good you play. You can be the greatest guitar player in the world, but it does nothing if you're in a bedroom. People don't appreciate it, and that has nothing to do with your writing ability. Playing solos, that's why some bands have two guitar players, like Scorpions. One's a great lead player and the other's a great rhythm player. Def Leppard. Hence, Steve Clark died and they never wrote another hit song. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. So you have to look at it in different lights. Is any one thing bad? No. And the Line 6 stuff sounds good when you're hitting chords. I don't like the way it feels playing chords because it's compressed. The amp blocks are compressed, or they took some of the frequency off. So there's no articulation or separation to it. Would it sound good through a PA? Yeah, so I don't like the way it feels. I didn't like the Head Rush was a great product. But I got that when that first came out, and they needed a lot of tweaking. So I don't have mine anymore. We should get a new one and just try it out just to see. So everything is basically how you like it, what you feel like, and how much money you got to spend. And even if you buy a fractal, that doesn't mean it's gonna sound good. Why? You have to know how to EQ things to make them sound good. You have to know how to delve in and mess with stuff to figure out what's gonna sound good for you, so it's pleasing to people's ears. That's all I can say, really. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a little different kind of in-depth review. So now you get to see all the different humbuckers that I played through a PA with the Trident and through the cab. I prefer the cab and head. But again, that's a Marshall cab, and it's also a PRS head. That might not sound the same through the Splon or a JCM 900. You can get them to sound the same, but then again, you have to go in and re-EQ everything like I did on the board. So again, take it for a grain of salt. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I answered questions. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Sorry I haven't been doing a lot of videos. Again, I got sick of YouTube and I needed a break. And I just saw my buddy Chris at Sam Ash, and he said do some more reels. I enjoyed those. So I suggested that's a good idea. And he said, well, I always wanted you to slow them down. So what maybe I'll do are 5-minute lick lessons on the reels I did with the crazy string skipping and whatever. I'm going to go back and I'll say, and I'll relate it to whatever the video is, and then you guys can see the lick. Or you guys pick out a reels and I'll do a video on it. What licks, because I did some Blues One stuff, and I did the shred stuff, and I did one on Randy Rhoads, I did one on Eddie Van Halen, I did the crazy shred stuff, and then I did some blues stuff. So maybe you guys pick whatever reel lick you want, and I'll do a 5-minute lick lesson on it. How's that sound? And then we please everybody, because you get to pick what you want to hear, because the channel's for you. It's not all about me. All I'm doing is just relaying information. So if there's something you want to hear, again, and if you're in the South Florida area, I got maybe 2 or 3 more openings for lessons. So you can hit me up, just ask me, and then I'll contact you and get you my email and phone number. All right, peace out. I hope you enjoyed this, and have a blessed day, because that's all we have, day and night. Then it's the next day. Later.